Hello, welcome. How's you doing? I hope a couple people ain't upset about my absence. At the, I keep saying I'm gonna make a comeback. It's just now I have a family, so I'm kind of busy, with my little family at the moment. But I do want to get back into it. I do want to just, because I have not been on my computer in a while. Like, I would literally just come into my room, look at my computer, and just close the door and take my ass to sleep. Like, I've been working hard. So, a lot of times, on my day offs, I just rest, I take my time, take care of my body, need to do what I need to do. Also, I have a cute little VTuber character now. Isn't she adorable? She's so cute. I can make her bigger. She's so cute. No, I have no idea. I probably had to. I think what I remember about playing this game last is that Cove and our character went on like a fun hangout to the pier. I want to say the pier or the amusement park. It was something like that. They ended up getting like animal balloons made for them. I think they got ice cream. I don't know. It's kind of like, just hanging out as friends and everything. And then after that, I remember we did. What we did was shopping. What I just explained was shopping. What I ended up finishing with, I think it was Grown Up. I'm not sure. So I mean, in the summer, I don't have these DLCs. I have them in my, um, I have them in my goddamn cart on Steam. I just haven't, I haven't purchased them yet. I will eventually when I get like further into the story because there's like DLCs of other people's stories and everything, so I don't want to overlap anything. So I'm in the summer. Yes, end it. Mommy, I'll never get tired of this view. Oh, this is Mommy. I'll never get tired of this view. You stood beside your mom and Lizzie as the four of you watched the sun dip into the ocean, somewhere far, far away. This game is so loud in my ear. Oh, it's on a different audio track. I gotta fix that. You like to imagine it's cooling off in the water, resting itself before getting ready to shine brightly again. That was a fun day. I didn't know they had magicians on the shopping street now. See, yeah, that's literally what Cove and Miranda went to go do. They went to, like, the shopping strip. Neither did I. Oh no, we are so dull. Let's get out more. He didn't do real magic, Mom. How did you figure that one out? Cause I know. That's not what real magic looks like. Oh, Lizzie dear, there's all kinds of magic in the world. Lizzie gave Mommy a suspicious look, but didn't dispute the claim. Well, we can't sit out here all day. Time to hurry home and get cooking. Who's helping with dinner? Lizzie immediately let out a groan. Mom, summer's almost over. The protest was obvious. You could practically see school on the horizon. You certainly didn't want to spend your last bits of freedom cooking dinner. You could do that any other day. It's the last... it's coming to the end on summertime, so... You put on your best puppy eyes. Lizzie may not want to, but you plan on going home. It's almost over. We have to keep him before it's too late. I was like, can we just play longer? Mom looked down at you with a sigh, and you clapped your hands together to get your plea some extra appeal. We'll help with dinner tomorrow. Yeah. You immediately nodded in agreement with the very clever offer, shifting closer to Lizzie since your parents can't possibly resist the power of you two combined.
Please.
Me personally, I would have told him hell no, and let's go. But, you know, sure. Soon we'll have homework and reading to do. We can't do work now, too. I did most of my homework at school, so I can go home and goof off. You know, I didn't want to go home and do homework. And teachers would be mad as hell, like, why are you doing your homework here? That's homework. If you keep doing your homework, I'ma rip it up. Huh? Then my homework doesn't matter. Like, what are you talking about? He was just stupid, just trying to make a point. Like, bitch, when you go home, you don't want to fucking do no work because you don't get paid to do work at home. So why the fuck am I doing homework at home when I'm learning in school? Let me do that shit at school, and then I'm gonna give it to you when I'm at school, just in case I have any questions and anything is wrong. Then you could tell me right then and there. Like, what the fuck? That's common sense. This literally sounds like common sense to me, to be honest. Me personally. Lizzie made her case and then stepped her foot into the ground. You mimicked her, feeling that would add something to the argument. Well...
No.
Oh, come on, Pam. I can help you with dinner. Mommy leaned in for a hug, and you knew that you were very close to victory.
Okay.
Alright. But as soon as dinner's ready, you lots are coming inside. Understood? Yes, Mom. Oh, this is such a cute family. As much to do, so little time. Maybe I could still get the seashell bracelet at Tins and Trinkets. Oh, or maybe the playground? Or the fireflies will probably be coming out, right? We can't go far. Or do I want to make my own plans? I think I want to make my own plans. Lizzie had her own ideas of what she wanted to do, but what were you going to do? A strong gust of wind made you shiver. Lizzie huffed as she wrapped her arms around herself.
Rude.
Doesn't the wind know that summer is not over yet? You live by the coast. There's gonna be wind, child. That's all Lizzie said before abruptly turning on her heel and heading off in the direction your mothers had gone. Where are you going? I'm going to my room. I have lots to plan if I want to make the most of tomorrow. You thought this over, looking off towards the water again. Lizzie didn't wait, and before long she was disappearing off down the road. I'm gonna stay outside. City girls! You watched Lizzie run off, twisting your lips as you considered what to do. In the end, the pretty sky and the smoothing sound of the waves won out. You strayed off the path, grinning at the feel of the sand, quickly filling in the empty space in your flip-flops. That was fun for a while, but you grew bored eventually. How else could you enjoy the remainder of your time at the beach? We can look for seashells. You walked into the shoreline, peering at any debris that washed up. Most of it was seaweed, rocks, and trash. Though now and then you spot a seashell. You picked up the ones that stood out to you until you had a nice little collection. It was a great evening, but soon enough you had your fill and were ready to join the rest of your family back home. Not too much further down, you spotted a familiar green head of hair moseying around the shore. He's always why like what? I thought this was supposed to be like a cute moment by myself. Why are you always here? Are you stalking me? Like what's up with you? What you doing? I'll go see what he's up to. Curious, she strayed off your path and walked over to him. Cole kneeled down, picking up something you quickly identified as a smooth rock. He reared his arm back, then tossed it out into the water. That was a good toss. I'm asking what he's doing. Cove jumped a little, and you let out a small giggle. Sorry. What are you doing out here? I asked first. No, you didn't. Oh, yeah, she did ask him what he was doing. Poe frowned, turning back to the waves. I'm not doing anything, just thinking. Poe was looking down at his cast, scratching idly at the pink surface, even though you were pretty sure you couldn't feel it. His brows were furrowed, and there was a frown on his face. It's not fair. I have to wear this cast for ages. I can't even swim. It's... You seem like you live in an area where the lowest the temperature will get is probably like 50 something or 60 something. I'm guessing this is like Hawaii. I don't know how cold Hawaii gets, but I feel as though you could still be at the beach and swim and stuff in the winter time, even in the fall time. Winter might be a stretch because, like I said, I don't know how cold it gets in the tropics. So I know some places don't get winter at all. So I forgot how he broke his arm. He said it like a long time ago, but I'm asking when he gets off. Poe shrugged and didn't say anything. You don't know? For a second, you thought maybe he didn't know, but finally he sighed. A few weeks. Okay. Nothing? Well, depends. Is it a month? 2 weeks? 6 weeks? I'm gonna just say that is a while. You hope the upcoming week flew by for Cove. It was clear how badly he wanted it all. Also, shout out to my Garatina pointer. Isn't this cute? Look at Garatina. Look at Garatina. It's so cute. Cove let out a huff, plopping down into the sand. I can't believe summer's almost over. Do they not get like downtime to play outside? Like, is weekends not a thing for you guys? Are y'all like a year-round school? You sat down next to him and nodded in agreement, regardless of the sudden topic change. I don't want to go to school. I mean, I would. I don't want to go to a new school. Okay. I think it'll be the same school as you and Lizzie. My dad said something about it. So why don't you want to go to school? It's nice as far as schools goes. You only ever been to the one school, but you were sure that his old school could have been that much better. Then again, he did have to make new friends and meet new teachers. It could be kind of scary. Man, going to the new school was pretty awkward. Phil shook his head, then wrapped his good arm around his knee as he drew them into his chest. You heard a sniffling sound, and when you took a good look at his face, you realized that his eyes were red. Why is he crying? He's such a crybaby. Why are you crying? Okay, then go home. Like what? You can literally walk. Your house is not that far. Or are you talking about you want to go like live with your mom or something? Or go back to your like old life? You weren't sure what to do. It felt weird to just leave him here, crying, but you could say that would help. You frowned a little, starting to stand. Okay, well bye then. Okay. Alright. That's wow, what a good friend. Very, very good friend. I don't know what to say with that, Shotty. That was kinda next level next level association. But okay. Cole gave his head a small shake. No, I wanted to go back home. Right, Cove wanted to go back to his old home, the one that sat waiting some place far from here, the one he would bring up whenever he felt this sad. It had been a while since he had moved in, but he didn't seem to feel any better about being here. He settled back down into the sand, trying to consider what to do. Yeah, do you hate it here? Mm. You're not going to leave, right? You'll still be around. The question was a little surprising. Of course, I ain't going nowhere. Your parents would have mentioned if you were going to move or something, right? After a second, Cole gave a little nod. Once I get my cast off, we could go swimming. Yeah, like that's bro. We're friends for a reason. Like, of course I'm gonna hang out with you and like be here to like chill with you and shit. You were fine with him changing the subject again. Yeah, that would be fun. Cole smiled, then looked back to the waves. My dad keeps saying I'll get used to everything eventually, that I'll feel better then. It used to make me angry. I didn't want to get used to everything. You spared a glance over at Cove and saw the anger had slipped off his face in favor of something almost puzzled. But maybe that would be okay after all, as long as I really do feel better. I can't see it. The two of you sat quietly, just taking in the sounds of the waves. Lost in thought, you started a bit when you heard a faint, familiar sound. The sound of your mom shouting your name. You looked over your shoulder, realizing it was probably time for dinner. Had you guys really been sitting out here that long? You stood and dusted the sand off of yourself. My mom was calling. It's time for dinner. You should come. Cole looked up at you, expression screaming reluctance. Yet, ultimately, okay. When you smiled, Cove returned with one of his own. But the two of you couldn't stay there in your own little world any longer. You were being called forward. So the both of you ran off towards your house, leaving the waves and summer behind. This is such a cute little friendship. Oh my god. In between. Oh, am I redoing my character? Okay. Her hair is gonna be blue. Yeah, we could do that. I don't want my character to look like Sinbad. What the hell? Oh no. She don't need glasses. She got 20/20 hearing. Braces. I think I'm finished. Direct. Okay. I'm gonna say font. We're not gonna have crush for Cove just yet. That's the homie. Oh, okay, so this should be like when they're a bit older, like in middle school. Choose to customize Cove yourself or let his prior experience determine it. Wait, is this high school? I like both of them. You look better with your glasses. Okay. I think you will wear that. Yes. It's supposed to be why am I doing his PJs? He only has 2 hairstyles. Done. August ended, September began. It was time to go back to school. We're gonna save. Lizzie groaned and complained the entire first week. She hated going to school. Still, there were interesting things to do that couldn't be done anywhere else. You weren't sure how Cole felt about it. He was enrolled that year. He was like a sign. Cole would be standing in Sunset Bird for a while. At school, he was alright, but kept his distance from the other kids, from what you saw anyway. Originally, Oh, so we are teenagers. Huh, okay. We have to be like 13, right? Originally, he treated you. Excuse me. Originally, he treated you like everyone else, passing by it if you didn't know each other. What? But as the years went on, so you acknowledge each other more and more. I was gonna say, bitch! A friendship had started to grow. That year, the divorce of Cove's parents was finalized. You ever heard your parents talking about it, saying Cove's dad got full custody? Ooh. At first, you worried that meant bad news, but it made Mr. Holton cry apparently. Then you found out it meant Cove would keep living with his dad. He would only stay with his mom a few weeks of the year. Hope cried too, for different reasons, you thought. It seemed like Cove and his dad might move again, but Holton decided to stay after all. Mom asked him about it once. He had said he didn't want to uproot Cove's life a second time. W died. That's really a good father. Mr. Holton tried to get Cove to like Sunset Bird more. He kept encouraging his son to go out and see the place. Sometime Mr. Holton volunteered you to spend time with Cove. Yeah, I forgot this nigga paid me to be friends with him. You weren't sure how well it worked in changing Cove's thoughts on the town, yet it might have been part of the reason you and Cove ended up growing closer. Cove never talked to anyone about what happened with his parents and withdrew whenever it was brought up. It was hard for him, yet nobody knew how to help. Eventually, Cove stopped crying on his own. You couldn't understand what had changed. Maybe you got used to it. I mean, like at a certain age, it's like, why am I still crying about this? Still, you worried about him. You could tell he wasn't completely happy. Maybe one day, he could say out loud what he felt inside. After that, it felt like things had gone back to normal, except what was normal didn't stay the same. Years passed, and suddenly you were in middle school. You weren't a kid anymore. You were 13 years old. That officially made you a teen, even if your sister didn't agree. The toys and crayons that used to litter every free space in your room had been packed away somewhere, replaced with new hobbies. Damn! What the crayons do? There were other changes too. Hope cast got taken off. It was weird to see him without it initially. Underneath the pink plaster ended up being a long, thin scar that snaked across his forearm. Pope's chest popped out in pride when someone drew attention to it. He also went through a major growth spurt. He was the tallest student in his class for 2 years in a row. Cove probably hold that spot again next time. In class, people knew him for more than just being tall. He also stood out because of how well he did in gym and other athletic situations. Over the years, he began opening up more too. You saw him talking amicably with other kids or neighbors from time to time. Amicably. Amicably? I don't know what the fuck I said the first time. And the only kid that came to visit the neighborhood when you were little, Shiloh, well, he was gone. Thank God! Fuck that! Fuck that little shitter. I'm so glad Shiloh is gone. He and his mom moved back south because of her work just 1 year after Cove came to Sunset Bird. It had been really upsetting when he left. Lucy was inconsolable for weeks, but nobody talked about Shiloh anymore. It was a long time ago. Good riddance. You learn some heartbreaking things become less sad the further away they were, even if they had never gotten any better. That was sad in its own way. Things at home were different too. You still lived in the same house and all that, but it wasn't how it was before. Ma dyed her hair purple, wanted something new, and liked it so much she kept dyeing it. You remember calling her mommy as a kid, but something like that seemed awkward nowadays. You were told you were much too old for the word. What? If I was close to my mom, I'd be calling her mommy all the time. Well, that's my mom. Lucy felt too mature for her nickname too. She insisted on everyone calling her Elizabeth, so you did. Okay. I think Elizabeth sounds more childish than Lizzie, but alright. Your mom soon gave her permission to go places other than the playground and shopping street, but she took advantage of. You rarely saw her around the old neighborhood. She has to be probably like 15, 16. In fact, she hardly spent time with you the way she did before. Elizabeth instead associated more and more with girls from school who were her own age. Maybe the difference between 13 and... See? Knew it! She was 15. Was greater than the difference between 8 and 10. You started befriending new people yourself, like Derek, Suarez? That's Suarez? Derek Suarez. He didn't live in the neighborhood and go to the same school. What happened was him and Cole's dad struck up a business partnership a few months ago. Since then, Derek would pop up in the area now and then. It seems Mr. Suarez was happy to let Derek tag along to his work if Derek had the time for it. Okay, without a doubt, everyone and everything around you had changed in small and big ways. You had to. As time went by, though, it was easy to settle into this new normal. Then before you knew it, school was over and summer vacation had come again. Oh, the room looks different. Okay. It was the first day of summer vacation. The sun was as hot as ever, but you were inside and away from harsh rays. To be more specific, you were... I'm wide awake. We up. Make sure to slather on generous amounts of sunscreen so you didn't get burnt. You were looking in the mirror, studying the clothes you'd thrown on, when the bedroom door opened without warning. In the reflection, you saw Elizabeth raise an eyebrow. Oh, she looks a lot like a teenager now. I like the necklace. This is cute. Have you been staring at yourself this whole morning? Good morning. She ignored that, crossing her arms over her chest with a disgruntled expression. Bitch, is you cool? like you was a little sassy little thing when you was like 10, but now you 15. Is you cool? Clearly she hadn't come in just to see you. Mom told me to tell you your friends at the door. He brought some happy summer gift from Mr. Holton. Mom wants you to take it from him. Say thanks or whatever. So come down. Oh, her voice got deeper too. So come down already. Okay. Elizabeth said nothing else and left, having done what was instructed of her. Now alone, you focus on the mirror once again. There's a lot of open real estate in the frame. You're pretty short. You have trouble getting refreshing appear in the mount. You're very short. What? Am I trying to give off my height? How big is the mirror? Well, I'm pretty short. You can relate to Derek and how it felt to be smaller than people thought you ought to be. Your shortness seemed even more drastic when compared to Cove, who was unusually tall. Was he like 6 feet tall or something? 6'2" at 13? You liked your height. Yeah, we like our height. Body positivity. It suited you well in your mind. Then you put the finishing touches on your outfit while ruminating on the situation. Careless as they had been, Elizabeth's words piqued your curiosity. I hate how this font looks like that. I need to clean my glasses. You plan on going over to see what Cove was up to, so this worked in your favor. Your reflection grinned back at you. You were looking forward to seeing him. Oh! You left your room going down the stairs, 2 steps at a time. Okay. Why are you so happy to see him? Second take. Step 2. You spotted Mom first, reclining on the couch. She held a magazine in her hands, which she was perusing through. I think I said that right. Might have not. Morning, Mom. She looked up at your greeting, a smile instantly imprinted on her face.
Thanks.
Oh. Hey, Mom. Good morning, Miranda. Thank you for coming down. Okay. Mom looking really good. Mom's at the door with Cove. He can't stay over today, unfortunately. Why don't you go and thank him before he leaves? You nodded and made your way to the front of the house, just as she said. Mom was there making conversation. She must have heard you because she looked over her shoulders.
Oh.
Oh, Ma looks the same. Look who finally made it. Morning, sleepyhead. Ma reached for her and you knew she was about to pat you on your head. She was taller than average for an adult woman. So at your age, you were absolutely tiny in her eyes. I'll let it pet me because, like, if your mom is like really good to you and she's sweet, raise you, make sure you good and everything, let your mom pet you, let your mom kiss you, let your mom hug you. Like, be happy y'all have good mothers. A lot of people weren't raised with good parents. Be nice to your good parents. That type of small, affectionate exchange was nice. She placed the whole hand on the top of your head for a second before lifting it back up. I'm the last one down today, you know that. Like this is a race. Funny, I don't think that excuse will work if you're late for anyone other than your own mother, though. With a small laugh, Ma stepped aside. Cove was just as you remembered, exactly how you came to know him to be. Why do you look like that? Why do you look like that? Yo. Why are you so pink, my guy? He leaned uncomfortably to the side of your doorway as his bushy hair covered parts of his face. His features were pinched in embarrassment. He lifted from one foot to another. Oh my god, his eyes is moving. That's tripping me out. Because every single time I was like reading, I saw his eyes move. I was like, huh, what the fuck? He's blinking. He was holding what must be the much talked about gift. He first glanced, you figure it must be a bouquet of flowers. At first glance, you figure it must be a bouquet of flowers. Then you gave it a real look. No, instead it was carefully cut fruit. Okay. It made a lot of sense that it was actually from Cole's dad. You had to suppress a laugh at this showing. You couldn't imagine many folks buying that sort of thing for their own personal enjoyment. The kind of arrangement was built for the presentation, likely to impress whoever was inevitably going to receive it. It seems no matter how long he lived here, Mr. Holton would keep going out of his way to be neighborly, and Cove would always be roped into participating. Yeah, he needed to be more confident with himself, like, make friends. Put yourself out there. Cove smiled slightly at the sight of you, the sting of his goofy earring. He was clearly embarrassed to be uneased. Hey, Miranda. You earnestly grinned back. It wasn't weird at all, like it used to be when you were kids. As time passed, the two of you started to enjoy each other's company. Now, you actually consider him a good friend, and not someone you were forced to be around by your families. Aw, hey, it's really nice to see you.
Yeah.
Aw! And you were certain he meant that agreement. It was already shaping up to be another long summer with plenty of time for the two of you to have fun together. His awkwardness over the task started to creep back in, so Cove nudged the gift closer to you. He was ready to be relieved of it. And with that, the gift was accepted. This art design is really good. He looks really nice. Looks like a boyfriend. I hope you and your family like this. It's a pretty good gift, I think. So anyway, I like this surfer, because this is literally what my boyfriend would wear. Like if he didn't have dreads, his hair would be like this. He had a shark tooth necklace until my dog broke it, and then this shirt, that's literally something my boyfriend would own if he had it. Maybe I like the Beach Boy look. I never really considered it, but Dad spent a lot of time picking out the best size and design. There were so many options to choose from. Thank you. You are too cute sometimes. I'm curious. Miranda, just thank my dad for all of this, okay? Ah, blush! So somebody might have a crush on me. Mr. Holton's behavior really was different from any neighbor you ever had. So after 5 years, you were used to his antics, and you since made your mind on what your opinion was. He was great. And he's handsome. I should have said the last one. Your dad is hot. Though there were some things people didn't like about Mr. Holton, you didn't mind them and liked him quite a bit. What is there to not like about him? Because he's friendly and he's a single dad. Like what is there to not like? He takes care of his son. He goes to work. He provides. He knows how to make fruit. He probably cooks. Like what? That sounds like a perfect man to me. Shit. Your thoughts were quickly interrupted by a shout. There you are. You shared a confused look with Cove as both of you stepped through the open door onto the neighborhood street. It didn't take long to locate the source of the noise. You spotted Derek just a few yards down the road. He ran up to you. I was confused because why you here? You ruined me and Cove's, like, we're bonding right now. You hadn't expected to see Derek today, though you never really knew when he'll appear. Damn. Oh! A little light-skinned boy. After stopping a couple steps away, Derek hunched over to catch his breath. Then he looked up with a wide grin. Hey, guy and gal. Oh, this is a cute little kid with green eyes. I was just I was just at your house, Cole, but nobody was there. Should have figured you'd be at Miranda's place. Do you ever spend time in your own home, or are you always just there? Uh? Oh, this is so. Oh, clock it! Clock it! Okay. Derek laughed at his own joke. He either didn't notice that it embarrassed Cove, or the embarrassment of what he was actually laughing at. Derek turned to you. He was going to say more when his eyes widened and he gasped. What's that? You followed his gaze, unsure. Then you realized what he meant. You were still holding Mr. Holton's gift. This is kind of like a bouquet of flowers, but made out of fruit. Nice. Can I have some? Sure, we can share. Derek grew more excited by your words bouncing on the balls of his feet. Awesome. Does he have a crush on himself? Then he nodded his head as if he cleared it. Anyway, that's right. I came here because I needed to say something big. What's up? There's some other kid here in Sunset Bird. Oh. Cove was as surprised as you were by the news. Such a reaction made sense. No one around your age had moved here since Cove did 5 years ago. Were they with their family? Maybe they were coming through. The new kid was all by himself, just walking. Did you talk to him? Nope. I came to report the sign right away. What the fuck? The kid had green hair, the kid had green hair, glasses was small. Glasses? Wait. Green hair, glasses, was pretty small, and seemed really upset about something. I hope he didn't leave. Cove 2.0. You blink slowly, you look over to your longtime neighbor. That sounds a lot like you, Cove, when you first got here anyways. It kinda does, doesn't it? That's weird. He sounded almost fond, a small smile playing on his lips. Derek snickled. Good, naturally. I can see that really well. Not that you say so. But what you say? Let's go find Cove lookalike. We should all meet him.
Sure.
I'll do it. Sure, I want to see who this person is. Derek grinned. Then he pointed down the street the way he came. Last I saw him, the mysterious visitor was going this direction. Nothing else needed to be said. The three of you were off with Derek leading the way. Derek brought you to the beach, and as a trio, you made your way down the shore to the old playground. You walked the familiar path in a comfortable silence. When you were almost there, you spotted the kid in question. His bright colors almost shone like the beacon beneath the rays of the sun. Beacon. We playing so much Final Fantasy. He scuffled around, kicked up the sand as he paced. It was true, he certainly seemed upset, but you didn't think he was sad like you had originally pictured. No, with his erratic movements and scrunched up expression, he came off angry. You were curious about him and what he was so mad about. Derek must have felt the same as you. He waved wildly, calling out to the boy. Hey guy, over here. Oh. You look like an asshole. Nah, he got it. That kid whipped around, an expression scowl carving deeper onto his face. His eyes were tired, but a strong hostile energy still radiated from him. What? Oh shit. Damn. What is it? What do you want? The sharp tone made Derek flinch. He shifted on his feet. What's your name? Jeremy. What, was that it? No, I'm Derek. That's Miranda and Cove. We were just walking around and saw you. We wanted to say hi. There weren't a lot of kids our age in the neighborhood. Yeah, so it's cool to see someone else here. Strangely, Jeremy grew furious by your response. If steam could erupt from a person's ear, it would have happened then. They did bring me somewhere stupid, of course. I knew it. Oh?
My parents.
They're the ones who brought me. I didn't walk to this town. Can you not figure that out on your own? Well, no shit, dumbass. Like, nobody said that.
Right.
We're trying to figure out why you trying to call this place stupid. Like you being a smart ass and it's making you look dumb. Right, my dad brings me to Sunset Bird too when he has to come for work and all this stuff. It's not bad. That earned him a glare from Jeremy. Derek winced beneath it, glancing away. It was a struggle to remain friendly with this Jeremy guy. Cole already looks irritated. Like, this is literally my face look at this dude. Like, who the fuck? Who the fuck are you? And you know, I mean, I wouldn't want to come here for a real vacation party either. That's an understatement. This doesn't count as a vacation. It's a waste of time, a chore. My parents' family is nearby. We just had to come see them. Oh, so he's not even gonna be here for that long. Okay. Then let's just leave. Like, what? Fuck him. If they're your parents' family, doesn't it make them your family too?
I guess.
Okay. That's a pretty good reason to come by. Did you want to go somewhere else? Why are you yelling? Jeremy crossed his arm with a huff. He turned away. They should have gone by themselves since they cared so much and left me home. But I'm not allowed to be by myself. I wouldn't leave you by yourself either. You're immature as hell. It makes no sense. They're the ones who don't know how to do anything, and I'm the kid. Sorry, it must have been forced to do something you don't want to do. We just said hello. You don't have to keep complaining at us. You know what? I'm more direct now. So, yeah, clock his shit. Wow. Why did you decide to talk to me, huh? Did I ask for that? No. Did I want you to come over here and start flapping your gums at me about dumb stuff? No. What? Now you're going to whine that this isn't what you wanted. Too bad. It's not my job to care. You turned to Cove, lowering your voice. The two of you aren't that similar after all. Jeremy must have had good hearing though, because he caught the private exchange of scoffs.
Stupid.
Of course we're not similar. My eyebrows aren't stupid. Cove, your eyebrows are good. Fuck this little brat. Cove's cheek flustered crimson at the insult. You couldn't be sure if it was out of embarrassment or anger. Maybe both. Come on. What? How can you say that when you're... Oh! Fuck this kid. Yep, it's embarrassing and awful, but my parents made me. I won't have to have it when I'm older. I don't know what he's gonna do with those things except maybe shave them off. He probably should. I bet he'll look less dumb with no eyebrows. Oh my god! Miranda, get in his ass! Yes! Beat his shit! With your fist ball, you made a quick step forward. But you only want to spook him. He was the one who started things. Whoop his ass! You made it clear that words wouldn't work, leaving you resort to action. You weren't sure what would happen, but you couldn't let this stand. Stand on business! Oh my god! Derek and Cole jumping to stop you before you reached him. They each grabbed you by the arm still. Jeremy instinctively stumbled backwards. He practically fell over. If that's all you can do about what I'm saying, it's just prove I'm right. You're brainless, and I'ma beat the brains off your shit. You are annoyed the other two were against you on this, and got in the way. Though the reaction you have been able to get was still worth it. Wow, what is wrong with you? Instead of taking offense, Jeremy only parroted Derek's words in a nasally voice.
Wow, what is wrong with you?
Oh, bruh. This is dumb. This is literally dumb. Jeremy stuck out his tongue and sculpted away, throwing some sand everywhere as he went. I would have thrown a rock at his ass. You watched him go, hunched over until he became a speck in your vision. Silence regained in his wake. The three of you tried to process what just happened. I can't believe it. What a mean kid. Some people just need to get their ass beat. I don't give a fuck how much shit you talk and everything, but you're not gonna be disrespectful or rude. You gonna respect me when I see you. Or you can get the fuck on. Cause nigga, we was just trying to welcome you in the hood. But now you being rude, bitch. I'm sorry, you need to get humble. Derek wasn't kidding, and by the sound of those earlier complaints, the new boy Jeremy was going to be in the area for at least a little while this summer. Ugh. Derek sighed in dismay, plopping onto the ground. He followed, and Cove did too shortly after. There wasn't much else to do. This sucks. I was hoping we could meet someone fun, hang out maybe. He shook his head after a moment. He slowly turned to you with a hopeful expression. But you know what? But you know what would really improve the day? What? He didn't respond. Instead, he used a hand to point right at the fruit arrangement that you were still holding. So I was gonna beat his ass with the fruit still in my hand? It's funny as hell. You had completely forgotten about it during the meat job of the unfolded. You had gotten used to the weight. Glancing over the Cove, you noticed he was eyeing the fruit. He must have wanted some too. Yeah, let's eat some. Derek perked up immediately at your words. He reached out for a skewer, hesitating slightly once he was inches away.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? You nodded. With an eager grin, he plucked out a prime row of fruits. Cove grabbed one for himself after him. Only you were without a skewer of your own. Oh, let's do strawberry. The strawberry was a bright red and beckoning you. It was the obvious fresh choice. Derek ate a pineapple skewer enthusiastically, finishing it within moments. This is amazing. It's not different than any other normal fruit. It's kind of worse. These have been out in the open with their skin off for a while. Sheesh. Hey, you two remember the Land Before Time? The fruit thing makes me think of it. The dinosaurs are like the leaves. They were shaped like stars. Tree stars? Yeah. Chumpy leaves looked so delicious when they did it. And there was that scene with the pretty trees and all the dinosaurs came in and picked everything off of them till there was nothing. That's us right now. Awesome. These... me personally, I know of the movie, but I've never seen the movie. He snickered. Not everything, but it probably helps. The three of you continue like this for the next few minutes. Eventually, the display was barren. It looked weird when devoid of fruit. Oops. Really? You couldn't stop yourself from shining at the boys. You just wanted to eat some and have a nice time. Now you're probably gonna get in trouble. You can only accept it though. Hey Miranda. Yeah? The two of you met eyes casually. Are you seriously gonna hit that guy? Fuck yeah! He had it coming. Miranda, that's so bad. Exactly. That's why he my dog. That's my dog. only my niggas would understand. Only my friends understand, bruh. You're both crazy people. Some people just need to get their ass beat. That's it. Some people just need to get their ass beat. Cause you can tell when motherfuckers ain't never had their hands put on them. Cause they talk too fucking much. You knew when Derek said things like that, it wasn't serious. He liked you and Cove. Yeah. Derek then leaned back on his arm. He contemplated the skies with a content sigh. So, are you both ready for summer break? Yeah. Cool on you. Wish I could say the same. It feels like there's a lot to plan for. And what about you, Cove? Are you ready? I think that depends. Before you could say anything else, the light atmosphere was shattered. Hey, Miranda! You glance over your shoulder to see your sister. She strode closer and closer, appearing none to be pleased. I've been looking all over you. Mom said you and Cove ran off with the thing Mr. Holton brought for us. She leered over you with arms folded. So where is it? You're late. It's all gone. What do you mean, gone? You move over to the side to face her completely. She zeroed in on the bouquet in your hands, which was now polluted exclusively with skewers dripping in fruit and tiny flecks of leftover fruit pieces. Her mouth dropped open. The tone of her voice rose.
What?
Seriously, Miranda? What were you thinking? It was supposed to be for all of us at home. You glanced at Cove, she glanced at Cove, who sat beside you, and continued mockingly. Even if you did have an in with the delivery boy, this was up to Mr. Holden. What? Cole gave you a big smile of support, which didn't help to prove her accusation. That's my dog. Get over it. Like, what? Elizabeth narrowed her eyes, not all okay with the kind of response. Oh no, I think I hear the mean kid coming back. We better get out of here. Elizabeth blinked, confused and looking around. What kid? I don't see anyone. Derek didn't bother to explain. He just launched to his feet and ran off. Cole hopped up too, clearly taking the opportunity to exit the situation. He followed after Derek, but he sent a look to you from over his shoulder. You turned to Elizabeth. She stared back, brow raised. Hi, Ram. While the word, you two got to your feet and bolted down the beach. I'm impressed. Elizabeth rolled her eyes.
So immature.
Let kids be kids. Like, damn. She shook her head as she walked towards the house, not bothering whoever to follow. Meanwhile, the three of you made it back to the shoreline. Derek pumped his fist, grinning in triumph. We escaped and shall live to see another day. Victory! You threw your hands up in celebration. You chuckled together, walking further down the beach side by side. You definitely wanted to stay outside a little while longer. You had gotten a bit of a scolding from your moms for not sharing in on Mr. Holton's gift for Elizabeth, but you didn't get any real punishment for it. Instead, you were out with the boys, and Elizabeth returned home to share the news. The three of them went to get dessert on their own. It was declared even by parents when everyone got back, the event was settled. That was a while ago now. Later that night, you found yourself seated near the kitchen counter. You on Cove? Your finger drummed on the surface as you waited, your gaze trained on the phone. You were waiting on a call tonight, specifically from your cousin, Leandra. You didn't want to miss it accidentally. Your uncle, aunt, and Lee used to live many hours away. Your family only saw each other a few times a year for big occasions. A while back, though, you moved and were closer to you than ever before. You now hung out regularly. Oh, we're getting more characters! Yes! With school being out, you're positive she's gonna wanna come over a lot. The two of you were the same age and got along well. You used to be really fond of Elizabeth too, but now that your sister had become allergic to interacting with her own family, it tended to be just you and Lee who spent time together. She was your only friend who was a girl. Being family helped make you closer. You had a lot of girlfriends. Yeah, you often gravitated towards other girls and befriended them pretty easily. Yeah. You know, both gingers fuck with me. Literally. What kind of gender someone was didn't seem to make any difference in who you got along with. My brain crashed. Then the shrill ringtone announced an incoming call. You jumped before grabbing the receiver and pressing it to your ear. Lee, finally. Sorry about the wait, Miranda. Oh, she's so cute. It took forever to get the phone away from my mom. That's okay. There was static on the end as if Lee was shifting wherever she was. So can you believe school's actually over? I thought it'd never be done. Now we don't have to do any of that boring stuff, and we get to hang out whenever we want. Speaking of hanging out, Lee, can you wait a sec? Let me just head to my room.
Yeah.
You got up from your seat at the counter. Luckily, the phone was wireless, so you didn't have to worry about any cords tying you down. Your mom had the rule about not moving the phone unless a call was in process, which is why you've been sat by it cradling. Wait, which was why you've been sat by it cradle, waiting for Lee to call. Yeah, whatever. You weren't the only one here. If anyone could take the phone anywhere at any time, it'd be an even bigger hassle. You could easily imagine the receiver having a new forever home in Elizabeth's locked door. But now that Lee had called, it was okay for you to go upstairs to your bedroom and talk to her. You jogged up the stairs, taking two at a time, smiling. After you had arrived, you shut the bedroom door firmly behind you. You took a seat in your bed. Alright, I'm here. Yeah, this is a long chapter. Sorry. Cool. Hey, do you know the girl down the street from me has her own phone now? A cell phone? She doesn't have to wait for someone else to stop using it or anything. Wow, really? The thought of someone having a phone that was all their own seemed unbelievable to you. Right? I wish I had one too, but my parents said I couldn't get my own phone until I'm more grown up. I wish they'll change their minds. We could call each other every single time, and no one would be able to stop us. How great would that be? Really great. We could even stay up late talking about whatever we want. Lee sighed thoughtfully into the receiver. At least they said I could have it someday. I can't wait. She sighed dramatically. I bet I'm not gonna get one until I'm all the way in college. Squeezing the phone between your shoulders and ear, you puffed up your pillows and made yourself more comfortable. It was strange to think of a time when normal school would be over and you'll have to choose whether or not to go to college. School was such a big part of your life right now. You worked about as hard as most people, got pretty average results as well. I never tried much, but you still didn't do that bad. Worked hard for your excellent grades. Every A plus you brought home was a result of concentration and diligence. You hoped that you would be able to keep it up through high school. You felt a lot of pressure between the high grades you had. You hoped to do just as well this year, but it wouldn't be a big deal if they dropped some. We're confident. You tried to sound engaged, but your mind had decided to go back to school despite the season. Lee knew you too well to be fooled. You sound so spacey. What's up? Just thinking about school. Lee groaned. Are you thinking about how we don't have to think about it because it's summer? That's what I'm doing. Let's make a petition for more vacation time. It's not scary to not think about. No matter how much you wanted to enjoy your free time, the creeping dread of knowing that it will come to an end is always there beside you. Yes, and then you will have to pay these fuck ass shit called bills. Bills! Bills! Scary ass shit. As a grown ass woman myself, I get terrified every single time I had to do a transaction with Uncle Sam, god damn it. No matter how much you want it, always some fat ass bills. Oh, I get what you mean. Because eventually you're gonna be an adult. And adulting, it can be fun because you do whatever you want, but you also have to do shit you don't want to do. Though I guess school isn't all the way bad. You can do some good things there. You can just do more when school's out. Learning new things can be cool. I just wish everyone did okay with how they taught the things, not just some people.
Me too.
Me too. If I didn't go to school, I'll never meet anybody new. No one really comes here. Let's talk about something else. And that's pretty much everything. That's good about school. Okay, point taken. Now I decree the topic of school is officially closed. We have to talk about the summer first before we start planning the rest of our lives. I've got some plans already. Like, I'm gonna visit my cousins. You chuckled, of course. What's something you want to do? The first thing that comes to your mind. Spend my time at the beach. I could have guessed that one. You leaned back in your bed, settling in as you continued chatting with your friend. Even though it had been that long since you saw her and you would be seeing her soon, you found plenty to talk about. That's how I am with my sister. We just be on the phone hours and then end up like doom scrolling on Instagram while we still on the phone. For the win, the events of the day, you set up straighter. I was with Cove and Derek today. We met a new kid. Like at your neighborhood? His parents are visiting family, so it sounds like he'll be around for a little while. I don't know how long. What was he like? Weird. He acted so upset about every small thing. I don't think I want to meet him. You want a boy to stay away before even meeting him? That's an unexpected twist. Your cousin was pretty popular with the boys who knew her. She seemed happy enough to have them around until they start to annoy her. It'd be like that. You remind me of my sister's friend. Who are you to talk? Cove and Derek are always around. They're both boys, you know. Those are the homies. Not the same. I'm not the one who invite them. They show up on their own. Yeah. After a moment, you chuckled along with her. There was a stumping noise approaching your room, heralding the arrival of your irritated older sister. Oh my god, this hating-ass heifer. She flung the door open, a frown itched on her face. I don't care about your attitude. How long are you going to hog the phone? Girl, why don't you have get a job? That's how you solve that issue. Get a job. You're 15. Go work your ass at a fucking McDonald's, Publix, a grocery store. You get a job. Once you get your first paycheck, it'll probably be shitty. But after that, if you keep accumulating income, you get yourself a phone. Pay for your own phone bill. Fuck. Talking about when I'm gonna hog you and your bitches ain't gonna talk about nothing but ugly ass niggas that's just gonna be on some bullshit that don't really give a fuck about y'all. Like, y'all not finna talk about nothing productive. Glancing at your watch, you realized that your quick call had gone on much longer than anticipated. So? Elizabeth held out her hand, the other one lodged on her hip. She noticed the realization on your face. Time's up. Alright, girl. I'm gonna talk to you later. My sister's being a hating asshole.
Bye.
Tell Elizabeth your mama said hi. You barely pressed the end call button when Elizabeth whisked the handset from your fingers and began dialing someone new as she strode out of the room. I'm so glad I'm an only child, because she would have got hands put on her. That's one of my pet peeves. Don't snatch shit out of my hand, because that's how you get slapped. Your mom's voice called from downstairs. Hey, has anyone seen the phone? Elizabeth got it. I'm using it. With that, she shut your door behind you. Silence was left in the wake. That was one way to end your first day of summer break. Sometime later, it had gotten dark outside. You lay in the bed, wide awake. Your window rattled all of a sudden, startling you badly. You flinched, staring out at it with furrowed brows. From your vantage point, you see only the moon and an open sky. You were curious. What had caused that noise? Cocking your head, you sat up and moved closer to the window. You wanted to get to the bottom of this. To your utter shock, your gaze was met by a pair of familiar ocean blue eyes. Cove? You squinted. Yep, Cove was right outside your window. Ooh! Your house was very angular, and some parts stuck out further than others, so theoretically wouldn't be hard to climb around on. Still, just because somebody could didn't mean you expected it to ever happen. To his credit, Cove was doing fine. His feet were braced against a section of the wall that jutted out, his arm flexing with the effort to keep him upright. He easily lifted a hand and waved at you from the other side of the glass. You hurried open the window. I just sneak a boy into my room? Miranda, what you doing? Like, he's the homie, but what you doing? Girl, you're way too young for all this. Cole climbed over the ledge, releasing a breath once he was safely inside. Hi, Miranda. What are you doing? Visiting. Why? I need to talk to you and couldn't wait until tomorrow. Oh my god. If I rang the doorbell, I know your mom would answer and they'll just make me go home. I didn't really want to explain why I was coming over anyways. I just wanted to talk about it. But besides with you, I mean, what's that? But that's why I did that. As suspected as this was, you were touched. Poe felt like he could tell you what was wrong. I might have tried calling you or something, except my dad was on the phone. Poe suddenly looked very cross. Dad, he was talking to my mom, still is, probably. His mom must have cheated. He seemed very angry when he talked about his mom. You raised your eyebrows. Cove had eavesdropped on his parents' phone conversations. You shouldn't have done that. Eavesdropping is bad. Cove pressed his lips pursed his lips because they ain't your words, and he sighed. I was gonna hear about it when they were done. It was about me. Are you going to stay with your mom for a while again? Every year, Cove was sent off to live with his mom for a few weeks. When it happened, varied. Sometimes he would go during winter break, but usually he went during summer. Even though it was hard news when you found out he was leaving and you missed seeing him those weeks, you understood. To your surprise, however, he shook his head. That's what I thought too, but no, that's not what they were saying. My dad asked my mom not to have me leave this year. He said he could come stay with us here. He said she could come stay with us here. What? Are they getting back together? You waited for him to continue. He didn't. The conversation abruptly dropped off. You couldn't help but stare at Cove. There was a complicated mix of expression in his face. Is she going to do that? Yeah. She told him she'll come. I know she's coming soon, before school starts. It's like something going on, like is she having hardship, or are they getting back together? Oh. You have heard Cole talk about his mom a lot over the years. He'll tell you about past memories of what happened while he was visiting her. Still, it was one thing to hear about someone and another to actually meet them. Very soon, you're going to see Cole's mom in person. You were taken aback by the news, so you could only imagine how Cole felt. You looked over at him. He was pacing across your room, his features pained with dread. Before, they barely stayed in the same room long enough to have lunch. Now we're gonna be all together again. The three of us, after all this time? Just for a few weeks? Yeah, like, didn't they just get divorced? I know I should probably be happy they can talk to each other now. I'm still not. I'm just confused and freaked out. And now I feel really bad for feeling this way. Miranda is so... His fist tightened and his eyes became misty. I shouldn't keep getting like this. It's been a long time already. I'm not a little kid. Though he wouldn't meet your eye, you knew he was waiting for you to say something. I'ma just be like, I'm here for you, dog. The tense line of Cole's shoulders eased. Thanks, they make me feel a little better. Like I'm not freaking out for no reason. Momentarily, silence fell over the two of you. You marveled at how the day started. You had waken up eager for summer vacation, but now things seem so crazy. The mini debacle about Mr. Holton's gift, the newest addition to the neighborhood being so rude. And as if all that wasn't enough, now Cove's mom would be living with Cove and his dad again. Your whole life was kind of like that, it seemed. Complicated, hard, and different. Why couldn't things just be better with time? Miranda? The sound of your name, said quietly, pulled you from your thoughts. Cove glazed at you, concerned.
Are you okay?
Yeah. You did not want to make this conversation about you, no matter how you felt. Hope grinned reassuringly. It was small and delicate, but you knew it was genuine. He had come here, conflicted and upset, only to end up worrying about you. He really was a good friend. You know, I I think I don't want to talk anymore about this. He looked away, his lip thinning into a line and rubbed at his arms. But I kind of don't want to go back home either. Could I stay a little longer just doing something else? Huh? Why? 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 Why are we doing that? He appeared equal parts hopeful and vulnerable. How could you possibly turn him away? Girl, so send him home. Yeah, you can stay one night, but when everybody wakes up, you gotta go back home. Poe perked up at your response. A smile appeared on his face. He immediately took a step on your bed, not afraid to get comfortable in your room. You felt a little better at the sight. Somehow, you still had a lot of worries, but you were glad he was here. And not just tonight, you were glad he came into your life in the first place. That was a change you'll never want to undo. Aww, this little cute friendship. Who would have thought Cove would mean so much to you? You certainly had it in the beginning. You had kept your distance, and so had he. Now you consider him to be one of your closest friends. You joined Cove on your bed. He can't sleep on the floor? Why is he in the bed? Taking a seat across from. Oh, y'all playing cards. Okay. He smiled at you, but you could tell this time it was half-hearted. He was still easy to read. Though he didn't want to talk about his mom and dad. He must be thinking about what happened and what's about to happen. Welcome. You moved closer, wrapping your short arms around him as much as you could. It wasn't much, but you hoped the contact helped even a little. Cove froze up, startled at the moment. His heart came up and he returned your hug. Until you remained like that for some time, he might have mumbled something to you, but it was too quiet to tell what it was. When you pulled back, his expression had softened into something more natural. Conversations was stilted and broken often by silence at first, then both of you were able to get into your usual condor. As your secret hangout sessions stretched on, you thought that you truly wanted to keep having moments like this with him. You hoped the day would never come when life decided that the two of you would have to part ways, and you knew Cole felt the same. I hope you went home, because I don't want Elizabeth to break into the room and he's there. You open your tired eyes, groaning as they adjusted to the bright light that was streaming through your window and warming your brown skin. With a loud yarn, you rolled away from the sunlight and blinked a couple of times, clearing the sleep from your eyes before realizing what a start that it was actually morning. You couldn't remember even falling asleep. Cold had crept through your window during the night, and the two of you spent time together, trying not to wake your parents. You must have fallen asleep while you were hanging out, but couldn't put a finger on exactly when. You wonder how late Cove had stayed before heading home. You rubbed your face and yawned again, contemplating whether you should get out of bed and get ready for the day, or stay snuggled up for a little while longer. Until your gaze landed on an instantly recognizable mop of pale green hair, and you bolted up and gasped in surprise. He never left? Oh my god.